Social Justice Goblin, welcome to the backyard with the Pac Machine in the background. Yes, I own a Pac-Man cabinet. So, where was I going to take this story? So, gimmicks. So, I've been studying the wrestling business now that I'm in wrestling school. Because I want to learn the business and I want to understand how the business side of things work along with the wrestling side of things. And I want to be a referee. And who knows, I might end up promoting, I might end up, because I'm interested in just learning the wrestling business. I want to be good at the wrestling business. I got the business aspects, like business aspects. I've got those because I ran a small business and learned how to lose a lot of money really fast. And I would make sure my capital investment would be high enough that I could sustain myself through 3 or 4 shows. And I would hire a marketing firm to help me market. You got to spend money to make money. And initially, you got to spend money and hire a PR firm to help you make it happen. Anyways, as I ramble around in my Russian novel, and yes, a magic video will come. I am definitely going to the pre-release for this Theros. And I'm not paying attention to anything magic, so it's going to be a rippingly fun one. Anyways, where was I going with this? So, gimmicks. So I've been studying, so we're in class, and the head instructor, the trainer, the owner, the head coach, the coach, Papa, we call him Papa. I'm going to call him Papa. But anyways, Papa is starting to give people gimmicks, and you get to see him give them gimmicks, and then he explains how the gimmick works, and he goes through a synopsis of what you should do, and then we have discussions, and everyone gives their feedback. We have one guy we're working on, and we even call him by his gimmick name now. At least I do, even though I know his real name, and I should call him by his real name, but he has to get used to it. And it's fascinating because gimmicks, they make wrestling great sometimes. Sometimes the gimmick is they're just a villainous little evil party animal like Ric Flair, high life and high profiling, high styling, or Hogan, just the real American hero with the big giant pythons who cups his hair to his ear, to as complex as Max Moon. Wrestling crap finest, and why Conan can never be in the WWE. Other than he's old and he's making more money in Mexico because he's huge in Mexico. Anyways, the Max Moon. If you don't know, Max Moon was the spaceman of the future, and he came out with a jetpack. It was initially played by Conan, and in WCW fame too, and so he bailed out, and someone else the only person that fit in the suit had to play it, and it was a terrible gimmick. It went nowhere. And this was the WWE. They were terrible gimmicks. But the thing that I noticed about the gimmick is the one thing I've noticed in my instructor, and I really don't want to give the details away, but he studies the person. And he notices their personality. And then he cranks it. He looks at them, and he looks at their personality, and he looks at things they do. He studies the whole person. And then he cranks it. Or he finds he just has a native instinct at looking at a person, reading them for a little bit, and then going, this will work for them. You can't, you can't, you just have to have it. You have to have done it a bunch, which he's done a ton of because he's been training for he's been probably in the school teaching for 15 years. It's a really good wrestling school. And And I can't say enough about that. I mean, and he observes everything. He's very observant. You have to be. That's why he's good. I mean, he has a lot of the natural skills that a trainer has. I mean, we're competing with Shawn Michaels' former school, which is still ran by a known trainer. I know the name. Booker T School in Houston. I don't know the schools in Dallas. And I could have easily gone to Booker T School or the one in San Antonio. But I picked him. Or at least God picked him for me. And he's on. It doesn't hurt that he's like 10 minutes from where I live. So my commute to him is short. And then, you know, but I would have commuted. I commuted 3 hours to do wrestling school the first time. I would have commuted if I thought I wasn't going to get the best education. But honestly, he's good. He's really good. And that's the thing about a gimmick. The other thing you need to do is once you have your gimmick, embrace it. And you know what? Sometimes he'll even take your negatives and turn them into a positive. He took a very serious man and got him over not being serious. This guy is amazing. He just can get crowds going. He is a top baby face if there ever was one. And he's got a heel. He's got one guy. He just plays the perfect heel.